Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om, I bow to the Lord Vasudeva. Joy to you, friends. We've been talking about death in the teachings of Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, and he says that those who die will have to be reborn again. So why grieve? And what I want to emphasize right now is the importance of not grieving. Some people they feel that they're not alive if they're not weeping. Read the novel Pride and Prejudice. It's great fun. Jane Austen was a wonderful psychologist. She could understand so many nuances of human nature. But in this one, Mrs. Bennet is always getting upset about things and getting thrilled about things, going up and down. She's moving so much up and down she can't move forward, and she never understands anything. Well, the more you let your emotions take you on a roller coaster ride, the less you will understand. You've got, if you want to get an understanding of anything, it says later in the Gita, to those who have no peace, how is happiness possible? So you won't find happiness. She certainly never had happiness. She had periods of exuberance, but that's not happiness. It's a kind of hysteria. The kind of happiness that we want has to be peaceful. And the type of understanding that you want, if you find somebody who's too restless to settle on a single point, don't ask him advice for anything. Go to those people who are calm. They have much more likelihood of being able to see what is and what is not. This is why science tries to eliminate the feelings in its investigations. And from that real mistake has come the delusion that maybe someday computers will be so conscious that we will have to consider computer rights. Well, this is all from a misunderstanding. Feeling doesn't have to be agitated. Feeling can be very calm. When it's calm, it's intuitive. But when the feelings are excited, when the emotions are there, certainly they are an obstacle to any scientific desire to find objective truth. Still, the objective truths that science finds change from generation to generation. Every 10 years you'll find that scientists are coming up with some new discovery that basically throws lots of basic principles that they had adhered to as, you might say, cosmic realities. They're thrown out the window. They're not true. Science is constantly fine-tuning and correcting itself, and it will continue to do so. It cannot do otherwise until it understands that the essence of consciousness is feeling. The way you feel, if you can feel deeply, truth is not a lot of things put together like a jigsaw puzzle. Truth is a flow. And when you get into that flow, then you can understand. And the other thing is, no computer, first of all, obviously no computer can ever have feelings. And those feelings, they're all tied around an ego. You can never get a computer to have self-consciousness. This is where everything is created by God. God manifested the whole universe, and He is present in every atom. Every atom, Yogananda said, is dowered with individuality. When we understand these truths, then we understand that the two things that we need first to work on are, to begin with, our feelings. We need to get our feelings under control if we want to know what life is all about. And for those who don't, well, let them get drunk and have a good time and do anything. I remember one time I was at a party and I was talking to somebody, and someone came over and, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, philosophy." "Oh, philosophy, yuck!" Well, if you think that way, fine, go ahead. You'll reach the point, however, where you've had enough of suffering, you've had enough of pain and sorrow, and you begin to think, what is this all about? Why do I have to keep going through these things? That man died a drunkard, poor fellow. But we have to reach the point where we understand that philosophy is not just abstract thinking about what's all about. It's not a mathematical formula. It touches your own reality, how you can find happiness. That's what it's really all about. Until science can make people happy, it won't be giving them truth. Until everything we try for in life can give us happiness, it's not worth considering. The goal of life is happiness. The goal of life is beyond happiness. It's Satchidananda, ever existing, ever conscious, ever new bliss. And this is what life is all about. But we will go to those levels that are up or down in the astral world, and we'll come back into this world and be bouncing babies who go bouncing through life with their emotions. And somebody says something, what do you mean by that? People have duels, or used to have duels. Now they have boxing matches, and it just seems so ridiculous. What does it matter what other people think? Be calm. Don't grieve. I've lost my parents, and of course I was sorry to leave them. But you know, when my father died, he was I don't know if I would call him an atheist. I'd prefer to say he was an agnostic. But he was very much opposed to my way of living, seeking God and so on. He had wanted me to be an electrical engineer. But you know, when he died, I really felt his presence, as it had been when he was a young man, full of energy, full of enthusiasm for life. And I knew that was his consciousness now. But wherever you go, that's why grieve about anything. I was happy to get that experience. I don't say that I missed him, because I know that I'll see him again. When people die, I have seen so many people that I know I've seen them before. Don't grieve about anything. Try to reach that point in your life where you can be even-minded and cheerful. Only then can you really begin to see and understand what life is all about, why you are here, what you are supposed to do. My father wanted me to be an engineer, as I told you, an electrical engineer. Other people would want you to be a businessman and make money. This is just their opinions. These are just, you can't see things clearly until you understand, why do I want to be an engineer? Why do I want to make money? Well, basically, I want all those things to find happiness. And will they give me happiness? This is the next question the calm mind must ask. And you have to say, well, no, I haven't seen anybody who's really happy just because he's done these things. And so, with calmness, you can pull back and say, is it giving me, and will it give me, and has it given anyone what they wanted? And you have to say that, looking over the human scene, nobody seems satisfied. Nobody's happy. You see in their eyes a lot of unhappiness, a lot of frustration and unfulfillment. Is that a word? Lack of fulfillment, anyway. And there's one class of people that you cannot say that of, and that is the saints. And the saints include all those who sincerely seek God, even if they haven't found Him. There is something in the eyes of those who are seeking that higher truth that bespeaks inner contentment, inner peace. With that much in favor of seeking truth, don't you think you should really take this seriously? Get your mind calm enough so that you don't say, oh, yuck, and think seriously whether this may have something going for it, this truth that I'm giving you. It's time you took up this battle of Kurukshetra and fought against your lower nature and decided that you needed to reclaim your higher nature. Joy to you.